Hi everyone, this is Yana Smakula for SimonsSTM.com. Welcome back for another Yeevee for Yana episode. I hope you haven't yet put away your Christmas supplies, because in this video we're going to stretch them and make a non-holiday card using holiday blooms. So let's go ahead and get started. I have all of the supplies I'm using today listed in the video description below for your convenience, so be sure to check there if you're looking for a specific product and I happen to not mention it or forget to mention it. So today we are creating with one of my favorite sets from Simon Says Stamp. This is a set I have featured earlier this year. This is called Warmth and Wonder. We're going to be using this beautiful layering bloom, or maybe it's not a layering, maybe it's a building bloom. So this floral, this beautiful floral image has 3 layers or 3 pieces. If you stamp each piece in a different color of ink, you create one multicolor bloom. It is absolutely stunning. To me, this looks like an anemone flower, but it can look like a different flower to you, or, whatever you want. It's a flower. It's a beautiful bloom, and it can work for both Christmas cards. Again, I have shared a Christmas project using this stamp set in the past. You can check out that video on the Simon Says Stamp YouTube channel. And while I was kind of trying to clean my craft room during the holidays, let's be honest, I wasn't really that successful. I came across this stamp set and I thought to myself, this is such a beautiful flower. I'm sure I can, figure out an amazing way to use it, not just for a holiday card, but beyond the holidays. And I know I never have enough birthday cards in my stash, so I kind of challenged myself to make birthday projects. Although with the technique that I'll show you, you can adapt this design to pretty much any occasion. And even if you maybe are still in a holiday mood, I doubt that you are, but in case you are, maybe you're watching this video later in the year, if you switch the colors and use reds and traditional greens, you can even make a Christmas card with this technique. We're going to do a lot of background stamping. In fact, we're going to stamp a beautiful floral pattern. So here I'm starting with the first layer, although this layer is called B2 on the stamp set, and I'm stamping it using green. My color combination for this project is muted green and muted pink. I have absolutely stunning colors that I'm using today, and I first stamped the leaf layer using jade. Next, I brought in a small blending brush from Simon Says Stamp and darker colors from this color family. So I have eucalyptus and juniper. I used the blending brush to apply a little bit of color onto the stamp. I basically tapped it in some areas where it made sense to have shadows on my image, like at the base of the leaves and where the leaves had little folds. So I first added eucalyptus. I stamped that. I then added juniper, slightly less of this darker color because this is the darker color, and I stamped that as well. And that gave me a beautiful, beautiful leafy layer. Even though this is just a one layer, because I used the 3 colors of ink and a blending brush, I was able to create a beautiful shaded effect. No shading was done here, just simple stamping using a MISTI tool, but this gave me a very beautiful result. The same technique was applied when I stamped the flower. Now for the flower, I used muted pinks, and these are absolutely stunning. I have ballerina, fairy, and plum. And again, I stamped the first layer using ballerina. I then used a blending brush. I applied a little bit of fairy, stamped that, and then came in with my darkest color, plum, again with a blending brush, applied a little bit of that at the very center of my flower and stamped that onto my paper. And you can see how beautiful that flower looks. Now for the flower center and for the little berries, I wanted to do something special, something extra, and I used night. The muted pink and dark deep blue always look fantastic together. I don't know why, but it's just like such a classic color combination. I knew I wanted to use dark, deep blue. So I used this color to stamp the flower center and the berries. In the video that I shared previously using this same floral set, I actually show you a different way to stamp the flower center and the berries, where you can ink those two using different colors of ink, because I have the flower center stamped in black and I believe I used yellow for the berries, and I did that in a single go with the help of blending brushes. So make sure you have blending brushes when you try this technique and when you do this kind of stamping. Now, if you have already put all of your Christmas stamps away, or maybe you don't have this Christmas stamp set, search your stash. I'm sure you have a similar type stamp where you can create a beautiful floral pattern by stamping individual layers or individual pieces of the flowers or of the floral clusters in different colors of ink. Okay, now that I have explained the technique, let me actually walk you through my process, because I kind of jumped right into this whole process and I skipped some of the basics and like some of the logical steps. So here I have a panel of cardstock. This is Hammermill cardstock. This is a half of a letter sheet. So I am making an A2 card today. In fact, I'm making 2 A2 cards, but my panel is not cut to A2. It is cut twice larger. So half of a letter sheet. So this is cut to 5.5 by 8.5 inches. And I have the entire panel inside my MISTI, and I'm going to stamp the flowers onto this entire panel. Once my stamping is done, I'm then going to cut this panel in half using my paper trimmer. And this is going to give me 2 beautifully stamped panels that look like they have been cropped from a larger sheet. The type of a pattern that I'm creating for this card is a continuous pattern. You will see that the images will slowly start to bleed outside the edges of the panel, and in the end, the panel will look like it was cut from a larger sheet of paper. This is one of the pattern types that I like to create. I also like to create patterns that are contained within a sheet, where you have a little bit of a white border around the panel. This is not the case today for this card, or for these cards, for this technique, and for these patterns. I want to make sure to have my pattern bleed outside the edge. I'm also using a stamping tool. This is MISTI. You can use any other stamping tool you have in your stash, but you do need a stamping tool for this technique because you are building ink over your stamped image. You're adding layers of ink, and you need to make sure you have a specialty tool to be able to stamp in the same spot and build that ink coverage. So MISTI, highly recommended, or any other stamping platform or stamping tool that you might have in your stash. As I start getting to the edge of my panel, I kind of move my paper inside my MISTI. You can see that my paper is now hanging off the edge of the MISTI slightly, just to make sure I have room to fit the stamp as I'm stamping it. And I also rotate the panel. So I had it vertically, now I have it placed horizontally so that I can accommodate the flowers, and I can make sure to add the images into those little corners or little edges of my panel. This is a very relaxing process. I love creating patterns like this. If you want to take this step further, you can even incorporate multiple images, not just one. But if you are creating with one image, such as this floral cluster, make sure to turn your cluster and have it facing a different direction every time you make an impression. You can see that all of my flowers, they face different directions. No 2 flowers are the same. With the stamping done, I used my paper trimmer and I trimmed this panel into 2. So I now have 2 panels sized for A2 cards, and these measure 4.25 by 5.5 inches. From now, the sky's the limit. You can do whatever you want with a beautiful panel, add any type of sentiment you want on top. Like I mentioned, I always like birthday cards, so I was determined to stamp birthday cards or turn these panels into birthday cards. I grabbed the beautiful U stamp set from Kathy Zilski. In particular, I like that large bold U stamp, and I decided I would stamp it directly onto my background. I was a little bit afraid, I will admit. I wasn't sure if my idea would work, and I was afraid I was going to ruin this background. So at first, I used a very light color of ink. This is light gray, the lightest gray that I have in my stash. So I stamped one panel using that lighter gray, but I realized it was not visible enough. So later I grabbed slightly darker gray. This is Earl, and I stamped the other panel with Earl. I went back to the first panel and I re-stamped the U with Earl instead of flannel. I also heat embossed Happy Birthday to in white embossing powder on the Simon Says stamp Sage cardstock. I cut that out into a little strip, so my sentiment says Happy Birthday to you, and that created the sentiment for the front of my card. Now I wanted to make these cards extra special, so I used the same Sage cardstock and I created the card bases for my cards, or I rather used pre-made card bases from Sage cardstock for these projects. These are side folding card bases. These are A2. And I added a little stamped sentiment to the inside of both. And I used a really cool stamp set from Kathy Zilski. This is the Inside Greetings Birthday set. I stamped different messages on both of these cards. Some are snarky, some are fun, just something really nice and fun. And to continue the floral theme to the inside of my card, I also added one little floral cluster stamped on the inside of each panel for the inside of my cards. And I feel like that really ties everything together and makes these cards look extra special. Lastly, I used little enamel dots from Alt New. These are the clear enamel dots. I wanted to add some sort of embellishment, some sort of decoration for my project, but I didn't want it to be too overpowering. So I went with these clear dots and I added a whole bunch to the front of my cards. So here's a look at the projects I have for you today, created with a Christmas stamp set, but stretched to make a non-holiday card. I encourage you to give this idea a try. Thanks so much for joining me today. Love you guys, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.